Hello. With you is Find Out Movie Recap. Today, I will talk about movie Light Out. Watch out and take care, there are spoilers in this video. Let's get started. The film begins with an online dialogue between Martin and his father Paul, in which Martin talks about his mother talking to herself. The father promises the child to return home in a few hours and discuss everything. Meanwhile, Esther, Paul's secretary, walks through the warehouse, turns off the lights in the office space, and notices a woman in the dark, then turns on the light, and the woman disappears. Esther turns the light on and off several times until the woman is in close proximity to her. The secretary gets scared, leaves the light on and runs to Paul's office, warning him of the danger, and then leaves for home. Paul goes to the warehouse, where he also sees a ghost. He calls out to her, thinking that it is Esther. But the light goes out and Paul is distracted. The man waves his hand in front of the sensor, which turns on the lighting and is attacked by a ghost. But he manages to fight back. He steps out into the light and sees that his leg is ripped apart, and the ghost cannot get out of the darkness. Paul realizes the danger and runs to the closet, in which he turns on the light and locks himself from the inside. The light bulb burns out, the ghost opens the door and kills him. In the next scene, the man's mutilated body falls into a lighted area. After some time, the action of the film is transferred to Rebecca's apartment. There, her boyfriend, Brett, tries to beg the girl for a night, but she refuses him and escorts him out. He leaves a sock in the girl's dresser, after which he leaves. But she notices this and throws it to Brett, confessing her sympathy. Then the action is again transferred to Sophie's house. Martin lies in his bed and listens to his mother talking to herself again. He enters her room and asks if everything is in order. His mother assures him that everything is fine and asks him to go to bed. Behind his mother's back, Martin notices the very ghost woman and runs away to himself, turning on the lights everywhere and locking the doors. After that, the ghost tries to pick the lock, but it fails, and it leaves. The next morning Martin goes to school, where he falls asleep in class. A guardianship official calls Rebecca to school to pick up her brother. There, she tells Rebecca that Martin regularly sleeps in class. Rebecca takes Martin home, but he tries to persuade her to take him to her, citing his mother's insanity. Rebecca talks to Sophie, after which they have a quarrel, during which Rebecca finds out that her mother is no longer taking the medications prescribed for her at the asylum, and then decides to take Martin. Brett, Rebecca, and Martin drive off, leaving Sophie sobbing on her porch. In her apartment, Rebecca finds a sleeping place for Martin and again puts Brett out the door. The evening is extremely calm, and the brother and sister go to bed. At night, Rebecca wakes up with a strange grinding sound. She opens her eyes and sees in the darkness a strange woman sitting by the girl's bed. The ghost scratches something on the floor and notices that Rebecca is awake, attacks her. But the sign of the tattoo parlor suddenly lights up, causing the ghost to disappear. Rebecca rushes to the switch in fear and manages to turn on the light before the ghost attacks again. After that, Rebecca looks for Martin in a panic and finds him sleeping in the bathtub with a flashlight in his hands. The next morning, a guardianship representative picks up Martin and returns him to his mother. Rebecca goes to the place where she saw the ghost at night and discovers that he scratched his name, Diana, on the floor. The girl tells Brett about everything. The couple decides to visit their mother and ask her about everything. When they arrive at her house, Sophie is not there. Rebecca opens the doors with a spare key and asks Brett to keep an eye on the entrance in case Sophie returns. Brett checks all of the lights in the house and discovers none of them have bulbs. After that, he opens the curtains, accidentally saving his life, because all this time Diana was standing behind him and preparing to attack. At this time, Rebecca goes to her father's room, finding there are a lot of documents about the experiment in which Diana died. After that, she goes to her room, finds there her old drawings, spoiled by a ghost, and realizes that she had already encountered Diana as a child. At this moment, Diana grabs Rebecca by the chain from the ceiling and begins to strangle her, shouting to the girl not to climb up to Sophie. Brett bursts into the room and, letting in light, saves Rebecca. At the same moment, Sophie enters the house, and Brett and Rebecca escape through the back door. Sophie picks Martin up from school and promises to have a family evening for 3. Martin asks her to expel the third, but Sophie refuses. A mother and son watch a movie in the dark, after which Sophie turns off the TV and tells Martin about Diana. She says that the ghost is her friend and cannot leave the house, after which she asks Martin to understand that Diana needs darkness to exist. Diana approaches the boy from the back and grabs him by the hair, but Martin pushes her away and turns on the lamp, after which he runs away from the house. Diana decides to kill him, ignoring Sophie's pleas. Martin runs to his sister's apartment, talking about what happened at home. Rebecca sends Brett to the store, after which she and Martin read the documents about Diana. The brother and sister find out that Diana and Sophie were in the same psychiatric clinic. Sophie suffered from depression, and Diana was very aggressive. In addition, she suffered from a rare skin condition, receiving monstrous burns from exposure to light. It turned out that Diana somehow convinced Sophie that they were friends and manipulated her. Soon Diana was subjected to a risky experiment. Its essence consisted in treatment with the help of an apparatus that irradiated a powerful charge of the light. During the experiment, Diana died, leaving only ashes from herself. Sophie was discharged shortly thereafter, but Diana stayed with her. She lost control of the girl and only weakened if Sophie was on medication. There was a sudden knock on the door, and Rebecca thought it was Brett. When they opened the door, they found no one. Soon there was a rattle in the closet that Rebecca knew. The girl turned on the light there and opened the door, but it was empty inside. Suddenly Diana attacked Martin from under the bed, grabbing his legs and trying to drag him into the darkness, but Rebecca saved her brother. At this point, Brett returns, and the 3 decide to go to Sophie and persuade her to take her medication. When Rebecca, Brett, and Martin visit Sophie, they screw bulbs into all the lights, stock up on candles and lanterns, and then tell their mother what they know about Diana and try to persuade her to take her medication. The woman refuses and goes to her room. Rebecca and Brett decide to spend the night at Sophie's house. Before going to bed, the mother calls Rebecca to her place and gives her a note, which she begs to help her. Diana drags the woman into the room and locks the doors. When everyone goes to bed, Diana cuts the wires and cuts off the electricity. Rebecca, in a panic, runs into the living room and does not find Brett there, who went out to find out the cause of the accident. The awakened Martin follows his sister, and Diana attacks him, but he manages to defend himself with a candle. Rebecca goes down to the basement, hoping to turn on the electricity. Martin joins her. Rebecca realizes that they have been lured into a trap, but it's too late. Diana locks the door. Brett tries to come to their aid, but Diana attacks him too. At first, he manages to escape with the help of the phone display, but the display goes out and Diana knocks him out of Brett's hand, crushing him on the floor. After he runs out into the street and again falls into the hands of the ghost. She prepares to kill him, but Brett presses the button of the car keys, turning on the headlights and saving her life, then gets in the car and drives away. In the basement, Rebecca and Martin fire up the stove, discover an ultraviolet lamp and a dynamo flashlight. Rebecca decides to go check one of the pantries, in which, using ultraviolet light, she finds the inscriptions made by Diana telling about her fate. There she also finds disfigured mannequins, one of which turns out to be Diana in disguise. She attacks Rebecca but is saved by Martin, damaging Diana with a flashlight. The ghost escapes to Sophie's room, where she tries to take medicine. Diana hits the woman with her head on the dresser, and she loses consciousness. The brother and sister find out that the ghost is visible in ultraviolet light, and return to the room with the stove, However, Diana covers the fire with ash and prepares to attack. Suddenly, the howl of a police siren is heard. The police officers who are brought in by Brett enter the house. They free Rebecca and Martin, after which Diana kills the cops, making them stuffed. Rebecca orders Martin to run, then heads to Sophie's room, but Diana grabs her and pushes her down the stairs. Brett saves Martin and takes him into the light, convincing Sophie and Rebecca to be saved. Diana grabs Rebecca and prepares to kill her, before telling her that it was she who killed Rebecca's father, although before that the girl believed that he had escaped from the family. At this moment, Sophie enters the room and shoots Diana with a pistol, but the bullet does no damage to her. A verbal skirmish ensues between the friends, in which Diana says that nothing can harm her, and Sophie reminds that Diana lives only as long as Sophie herself is alive, after which she shoots herself in the temple and dies, and Diana, trying to prevent her from shooting herself, crumbles to ashes. The film ends with Brett, Rebecca, and Martin sitting in an ambulance and discussing the future. Brett promises that he will always be by their side. The camera zooms out, disturbing music starts playing, and the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos of this kind. See you on the internet. Bye.